guys, what's up? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes here on the market. You know, we're going to be talking about the high-end. We're going to be talking about the affordable eyeshadow palettes. And I have 10 eyeshadow palettes here, 5 affordable, 5 high-end, and I'm just going to show you why they're so freaking amazing. But without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I'm going to start off with doing the affordable eyeshadow palettes. And then we're gonna alternate affordable, high-end, affordable, high-end, affordable, high-end until we're done. Okay, great, got it. Okay, to start off, the first palette I have here is the All I See Is Magic palette from Colourpop. This was during their holiday launch. I do not know if it's still available, but I'm pretty sure it is because it's Colourpop. If it's not, then I'll put like it's not available, but like this is an amazing palette. It's so pretty. It has some fun colors. It's also a very neutral color if you just take out like that. Like, do you see that? Like, that's very neutral. That's very like, you know, everyday wear. Some of my favorite colors in this palette is this top pinky shade right here. I think it's super pretty. It's swatchy. Oh my god, do you guys see that? That shade's really pretty. I also like this duochrome green blue shade. Green, blue, purple. I have no idea what it is, but it looks so freaking cool on the eyes, especially when you pack it on your lid. It's just like, whoa. I suck at swatches, guys. Also really like this like rose gold color. I think it's super pretty. No, I just think this palette's super affordable. We're gonna put the price down in the corner of how much this palette is, and I freaking love it. So like, get it if it's still available. I'm sorry if it's not, and I mentioned it and I kind of teased you, but I'm sorry, it's a really good palette. So starting off with the high ends, I think we need to start off with a classic, and that is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And guys, if you ever haven't heard of this palette, I don't know what you're doing, you're under a rock, but like, it's just such a very warm tone, a very neutral palette, and your girl loves a good neutral look, so I really love this palette. It's $42. It's not that bad considering you're getting 14 shadows. Wait. Yeah, 14 shadows, I can count. So one of my shades is Primavera. It's this very gold, you know, shimmery shade. It's very soft. That's another thing about why I love these palettes is they're so soft, like unbelievably creamy. Like, oh my gosh, you're pigmented and creamy, like you go girl. I also really like Love Letter right here, this very pink color, and that's what I do when I try to do like pinky looks. When I always go to this palette when I want a pinky look, so there's that right there. And another one of my favorite colors is Burnt Orange. It's just such a great transition shade for this palette. Like, I love it so much, and it's such a soft matte color. It's perfect. It's so, like, look at that. How, like, I'm gonna be doing this a lot in this video because I'm just so amazed by these palettes. This palette has a special place in my heart because it was my very first, you know, pricey palette that I ever purchased, and I love it, and you know, I still love it. It's amazing. I love it ever since. Next, for affordable eyeshadow palettes, we got the Nubian by Juvia's Place. Like, guys, this was one of my first pricier palettes. It's still very affordable. It's only $20-something, and most of the time it's on sale, so like, go get it. It's so beautiful. It's so classic. It does not come with the mirror, but you know, it's fine. These are really good quality eyeshadows anyway, so I don't care about a mirror all that too much. So pigmented for how much you're paying for it, and I think it's amazing. I really like this bronze color. Oh my god, it's so smooth too. Like, do you see that? Like, do you see that? We're gonna watch. What? Like, do you see that? I love that. Building that up. Really like this, you know, more pinky, shimmery shade right here. Oh my god, this one's so soft too. Like, you can just see how soft it is in the pan. Like, it's amazingly soft. And then like look at that. I also really love these shimmer shade right here up in the front. The shimmers are really good. Really amazing. I'm getting myself dirty. Oh man, but like, it's more of like a champagne-y. It's more of a champagne-y shade. So these are like 3 of my favorite colors here that I really like this palette. This palette is so affordable. The only problem I had with this palette in general was it kind of took forever to get here. I paid for expedited shipping and it didn't get here according to expedited shipping, and it was just very confusing. But other than that, I really like Juvia's Place. I really love this palette, and I just got it very dirty because of my hands. So my next high-end palette I think is one of the most expensive ones I have right now. This is the Chocolate Bar Gold palette. I talked about this to you guys when I received it, and you know, I'm still loving it. I'm still freaking loving it. I think it's so pretty. I'm not that big of a Too Faced fan. I only have 2 eyeshadow palettes for them, but this one just seems different to me. This one seems out of, you know, their comfort zone in my opinion. I don't know. I just think it's not like the other chocolate bar palettes where they all basically look the same to me. I just think this was a really cool concept. I really like this shade right here. It's called Classy and Sassy. It's this very pink glitter shade, shimmer shade, whatever you want to call it, and I just think it's super pretty, and it's very nice just if you want an everyday look on the lid but you want a little fun, you know. I also really like the shade called Rich Girl. It's very much like a gray shimmer shade. It's very pretty. Like, look at that. It's like silver but it has like a touch of champagne. It's a really interesting color, and I really think it's a unique color, and definitely none of my other palettes have that, so I really like that shade. And I also really like the matte shade in here called Chocolate Truffle. It's just, it's such a beautiful, just chocolatey brown color. Like, it's so beautiful, so great just to put down right before you put the shimmers in. Like, it's amazing. So I really do very much enjoy this Chocolate Bar Gold palette, and you know, it is pricey, but like, you're getting some good stuff. Plus it smells like chocolate. Like it's beautiful. Up next for an affordable palette is again Colourpop, but this is the KathleenLights times Dream Street palette. You guys know how much I love this freaking palette. Like, it's so beautiful, it's so well designed. I even gave one of these palettes away back in December. I just think it's such a beautiful palette. I really love this blue matte shade right here, and it's just, it's so pigmented. It's only $16. I'm pretty sure it's still up on Colourpop's website, and it's just so beautiful. And if you really like KathleenLights, I think you should get this palette. It's just, if you take away these 2 blue colors and maybe this like pinky color, it's a very everyday palette that you can wear. I really love the shimmer shade right here up top, and Colourpop just has some of the most affordable eyeshadow palettes in the market right now. Like, it's crazy how inexpensive they are and how good quality they are compared to like some high-end brands that they're kind of like crappy, and you're just like, why am I paying this amount of money? Like, come on, like, when I can get that for $16. Like, guys, we have a tragedy. I just dropped my palette and 3 shades came out, and I'm afraid to look whether or not they're broken or not. It's back to brand new. I didn't know this was a magnetic palette. I just thought they were glued in, so that's very interesting that happened. But so glad they didn't break, because I would have cried, because I really love this palette so much. Last favorite color is this more bronzy, taupey shimmer shade. I'm not probably doing, no, that's definitely more bronzy than what I just said. How can it be bronzy and taupey? These are my favorite shades out of the palette. I think they're super pretty. Again, you can't beat $16, and just go get it. I love Colourpop. Next up for the high ends is another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and it is the infamous Subculture palette. Now, I know so many people have problems with this palette when it first came out, but I think there was a bad batch, and I got it when it was the second batch. So you guys, if you got it and you hated it because of the kickback, go out, try to get a new one. If you haven't tried it and you're afraid, just go get it. Like, it's so different and it's so pretty, and it's just, it is a little kickbacky. A little bit, but it's not so bad to the point where you're just like, I can't do anything. So one of my favorite colors in here is Adorn, this very bronze, very beautiful shimmer color. I think it's so pretty, and it's just, it just looks so beautiful on the eyes, and it's amazing. I also really love the color New Wave. It's such a beautiful transition color, this very orangey color. And it's just like, look how pigmented that is. Like, it's crazy how pigmented these shadows are. I also really do love the shade All Star right here, this very burgundy color, and it's just so pigmented. Like, look at those, and those are mattes. Like, that's a matte eyeshadow. Like, come on. Like, if you're afraid, just go buy it. You might love it if you like colors like these, and I just really think it's an amazing palette. Up next for affordable eyeshadow palettes is my Morphe 25C palette that I just got, the Hey Girl Hey palette. And guys, I've been loving this palette. It's so beautiful. I used it in my Valentine's Day tutorial that you guys really loved, and had so much positive feedback on that video, so thank you guys so much for that. But it's just so beautiful. Like, I know Morphe gets crap because like everyone's pushing their codes. I don't have a code, so I just really like Morphe in general. Some of my favorite colors include this very pinky shimmer shade that I used in my tutorial that people really liked. Like, look at that. That's crazy how pigmented that is. That's insane. That's insane to me. I really, really love that. I also really love wetting my brushes with these. It just makes it so much more intense with the shimmers in this palette. I really do like this very, almost like a burnt red color. Burnt red mixed with like a little bit of brown. It's so pretty. So pretty. It's an amazing matte here in the palette, and I just think this palette is so, so affordable. I believe it's $18. Like, are you kidding me? $18 for 25 eyeshadows? Like, how do people do that? I really don't understand. I also really love this deep wine purple color. It's just super pretty. Like, again, and these are mattes, guys. Mattes. How are these mattes so pigmented? I really do love this eyeshadow palette. I don't believe it's on the Morphe website. Like I said in my Valentine's Day video, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I don't know if this is just a store exclusive or they just sold out online. But I just think this is a very beautiful palette, and I think everyone should have this because it's so affordable and it's amazing. Next up for high-end eyeshadow palettes, I'm going to be talking about the Just Peachy Too Faced palette. So different from the other eyeshadow palettes, so different from the original peach eyeshadow palette. And I feel like, and I've said this before, that this should have been the only peach eyeshadow palette. I really did not like the peach palette. I really don't like the chocolate bar palettes just because I feel like they're the same. They're repetitions of each other. But this one's so different. I really love the shade Peach Sangria. This very, it has like, it looks like it has sparkles in it, but it turns out to be very matte, and it's like, look, that's so beautiful on the eye, really, if you pack it on. And I also really like the shade Peach Punch. It's such a peachy color. It's such a peachy color. And this reminds me of that shadow in the KathleenLights palette too. Like, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I also really like the shade Peach Cobbler, and these are all mattes. And these mattes are doing really well, especially Peach Cobbler. It's such a beautiful transition shade. I really love this palette. Now, my last eyeshadow palette is kind of confusing because it is from an affordable brand, but it's very up-priced. I guess you would say it's $38, and I'm talking about the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette. And the reason why I included this in the affordable palette, because one, you could use a discount code, which brings it down, you know, by 10%. Rather it being just 38 and you're only getting like 14 eyeshadows or 10 eyeshadows, you're getting 35. So that's why I think it's pretty still affordable for the price, and it's not too bad. I really, really love this palette. As you guys know, I talked about it in my What I Got for Christmas haul. I talked about it in my 2017 favorites video. Like, it's so beautiful. I think it's so amazing. I really love the shade Hunts right here. It's such a very vibrant orange shade. It's so beautiful. Like, it's crazy pigmented. And I used this last week in my I Tried Following a James Charles video, and you guys know these colors are super, super pigmented and they got everywhere. So like, I love this palette. I also really like this shade down here called Pool Party. It's a very shimmery teal color, very aqua, and I just think it's so beautiful on the lid for some daring looks. Like, and these two together, I feel like I should make a look with those two. Like, it's just so beautiful. And I also really love this shade right here called Beam. It's very a good inner corner highlight shade. It's just so, so beautiful, and I really love this eyeshadow palette so, so much, and I'm so glad that I got it because I feel like I really don't need any other eyeshadow palette just because I have this, but of course I'm going to get so many eyeshadow palettes because I waste my money. If you guys haven't on this, I really recommend that you guys get this. And last but certainly not least for the high-end eyeshadow palettes is, I think, a classic, the Tartelette and Bloom palette. I love this palette. This, I think, was one of my second very high-end purchases, and guys, one, it smells freaking amazing. It smells like cocoa. As you can see, this palette has been used quite a bit. I really do love this eyeshadow palette when I just want something, very pretty but also very mauve-y and just very natural, I guess you can say. Just a very natural look. I do love the shade here. It's called Firecracker. It's more of like a bronzy shimmer shade. It's so, so beautiful. I'll swatch these ready. I just think it's so beautiful on the lid, especially when you pack it on and you wet your brush with it. Like, it's so crazy. how beautiful this shade is. It's just beautiful. I also really love the shade Funny Girl. This was like my shade. This was my shade that I always put on my lid. It's a very champagne gold shade and I just love it. I loved putting it there. I love putting it in my inner corner. I just loved it everywhere. And I also really love the shade Rebel, and this shade I use when I make my like mauve looks, and it's a very good transition shade and I just love it. It's just so beautiful, amazing, and it's always out there. You guys should get it because it's amazing. And that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. Also comment down below any ideas you guys have for future videos. And until next time, bye.